Hey YouTubers, Muskrat Jim here, and today I'm building a worm rattler to charm the worms out of the ground. And if that doesn't work, then we'll try something called worm grunting. So stay tuned. Okay, so here I've got a pointed stick to drive into the ground, and in the stick I've got several notches carved into it here. I don't think it matters how many notches you have, so I've got 6 here right now, but if your favorite number is 7 or 10 or 5 or whatever, you can go with that. And if your favorite number is like 25, maybe you should try worm grunting, which doesn't require any notches at all. Okay, so the concept is you drive this stake into the ground, and then you take another stick and you just slide it up and down along the notches just to make kind of a rattling sound. And that's supposed to charm the worms out of the ground. Apparently, it sounds something like one of their predators. It's a mole scratching in the earth. So they try to get away from the mole and they come up to the surface. And that's when you can catch them and put them in a container, and then you have some bait for fishing. So we're going to try this right now. Now I don't know if it really matters how deep you drive that into the ground, but it's just enough so that the vibrations will go down into the earth. I'm going to drive it down another couple inches. That should be enough. Okay, so now we'll start rattling it. I don't know if it matters how fast you rattle it, just as long as you're consistently rattling it. So we'll continue that for a couple minutes and see if we see any worms showing up around here. Well, nothing yet. I imagine there's a lot of variables involved, like the condition of the soil, how loamy it is, humidity of the soil, maybe the temperature and humidity of the air, moisture content in the soil. Anyway, I was expecting a little bit more action here. This area, as you can see, has grass and weeds growing in it, and some moss as well back here. So I figured it had lots of potential. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is set up the worm grunting post. I'll set it up right beside this one. As I mentioned before, this one doesn't have any notches in it. It's just a regular sharpened stake. Drive that into the ground for a bit. There, that's about the same. Now your chance of success probably has something to do with how deep the post is. I've gone in about, what, 6 inches? 5 or 6 inches? I didn't want to drive it in any further because then I'd have trouble getting them back out again. Okay, so worm grunting starts out with a post that's embedded in the ground and a rough stone. And all you have to do is rub the top like this, and that's worm grunting. So I'll just do this for a while and see if anything shows up. So far, not much action. Well, I've been doing this for about 10 minutes now. And this is how many worms I've caught. I really thought this would be a little more successful. Several years ago, I watched some videos on YouTube, and it was about worm grunting. And apparently, down in the States, I think it's in the Appalachia region. Anyway, they have this summertime event where a whole lot of people come, and they have a little square foot area. It's probably like a yard by a yard. And anyway, they do their worm grunting there, and the one that gets the most wins a prize. Well, I mean, they get to keep the worms too, but that's besides the point. Anyway, yeah, they do different things, and anyway, it's quite popular down there. Oh, I also saw another video. It had to do with this person's grandmother or something, and she raised her family on her labors of worm grunting. And anyway, that's what all she'd do. She'd drive a post in the ground, grunt with a flat stone or something like that, and she would sell her worms for however many a dozen. And she raised her family like that. It was kind of impressive. But anyway, yeah, I haven't seen a single worm. Not a single worm. So, I'm going to have to get my worms another way. Maybe I'll have to dig for them. Anyway, feel free to try these two methods. Your results may vary. Well, I'm a little disappointed in my lack of success here in worm grunting. Not a single worm. Anyway, if you have any experience in worm grunting, and you know what old Muskrat Jim was doing wrong, I'd be really happy to hear from you. Just leave your comments down below, and hopefully we can get some worms. Anyway, till next time, this is Muskrat Jim signing out. more muskrat survival videos, be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And remember to click the bell to receive notifications of newly uploaded videos on this channel.